What is up, y'all? What a close one. What a close one. Damn, Debo did us dirty. Like, come on, let us win, man. Like, damn, you're off to a good start, you know? Might as well give us a win or something. Come on. He killed it. Jeez, like we couldn't stop Debo. Like, DeRozan was on fire and he was making those clutch shots, you know, those dirty mid-range shots that, you know, these youth need to learn that range, that shot. It was beautiful, but I mean, it hurts. It's, I don't know, it's bittersweet because I wouldn't want anyone else to shoot besides that guy, you know. Um, but what to do? He just killed us, and we couldn't do much. We couldn't stop him. Um, it was the weirdest game I've ever seen from Fred VanVleet. He had like 8 or 7 turnovers, and that's his career high turnover. And he had like 5 in like the first half or something. I don't know. It was something ridiculous like that. But he also had like 15 assists. Like what? Like career high assists and career high turnovers. I don't know. And then he had the last shot of the game too, you know. But it just wasn't meant to be. I would have preferred OG to have shot it, but it was already in Fred's hands. I don't know if they drew up the plan for Fred, but I personally would have wanted OG to have it. But I'm not mad that Fred shot it. Like, you know what? He deserves it. You know, it's a weird game though. I don't think he wasn't really shooting that well tonight either. OG was. OG played quite great today. He's back to his old self now. Like, without a doubt, he's back to himself. But it was a close one. It was. I feel like it was more. Like, our defense was great in that fourth quarter, where we caught up. You know, got it that close. But it was also the Chicago Bulls just fucking it up. You know, like Vooch and Ball were just like, I don't know what they just had miscommunication. I guess they're like, you know, they're building chemistry, so they're not used to each other yet. But they had a miscommunication twice. One was Scotty with the more important one, but there was a lesser important one. It was also in the fourth, and it was like 2 minutes left, and it was just a bad pass. I don't know what he was doing, but it was a steal, and we got a point. And so, I mean, a credit to our defense too. Like, we have to play some, you know, defense for that to happen. So, you know, but it was also them just shitting the bed. So, what to do? But let's get into my takeaways. So my first takeaway is that Precious Achiuwa is playing like Westbrook Lite. Like, this guy has been getting like a double double for the past 3 games, and we've only had 4 games. So 3 out of 4 games he's at a double double, and like, you know, besides one game where he had like 15 points and 15 rebounds or something like that, they're kind of like low key double doubles. They're like the edge of double doubles, but I mean, it's still a double double, right? I mean, I prefer that than not a double double. Anyone would want that, right? But I'm just joking about him being like a Westbrook, because, you know, he's literally the complete opposite of Westbrook, and, you know, they couldn't be any more different. But well, actually, they're quite athletic, but anyway, that's just them, you know. But Precious getting double doubles is, while he's not playing that amazing, is pretty good to see, because I really think his ceiling is a lot higher than how he's performing right now, stat wise. Like, I think he could average like, I don't know, 18 points at least. Now I think the rebounds are a bit inflated so far. I don't know how much he'll have at the end of the year, but if he has like, what, 8, 9, I'd be more than happy. Like, I think anyone would be more than happy. Realistically, he'll probably have like 7, maybe 6. But he's off to a great start. Double double every night. I'm happy. That's guaranteed a double double. That's great. 10 plus points, 10 plus rebounds. I'm happy with that. Hopefully the other guys will pick up, their slack, because they're slacking. Our bench is slacking. But that's for another later on. Khem Birch is really getting a lot of minutes. Now I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if it's because he's been showing up in practice. I don't know if Nurse has a crush on Khem Birch because he's coached him in Team Canada. I have no idea. But Birch, I'm so conflicted because he's so mediocre. He's so mediocre. He never has wow, he played great. No. Or it's never, sometimes he's just it's not a bad game. It's not a terrible game, but it's not Aaron Baines. He's not Aaron Baines. I guess that's the lowest thing you can go for, right? But he gets a lot of minutes and he doesn't, I feel like we're really forcing him to be that center. Now, honestly, we don't really have any other person to take off for Precious, right? So I understand that thought, but I thought we were supposed to be positionless, right? I mean, if we're supposed to be positionless, someone else could be the center, right? Now, I mean, it depends on the matchups as well, but I don't know. I feel like Khem is getting too many minutes. I feel like we can, maybe Nurse will experiment more, but I feel like we can definitely experiment a lot more with other players and just change up lineups. But hey, what do I know, right? Third point, Gary is taking off both ends of the floor. Now, I've been praising Gary's defense for the past all of the games, basically. So you know how high I am on his defense. Now, offensively, I think he's slowly but surely picking back up from where he left off, which is he's becoming, consistent, kind of. He hasn't had a 30-point game yet, obviously, but that'll come. That's gonna come. But I feel like he's been consistent. He's had 10 plus points for the last few games. If I bring that up, Gary's had he had 20, 12, and 18 tonight. The first game he had 6, but that you could just attribute that as the first game, maybe jitters from, because when I remember the home opening, when the crowd was going crazy, I could see Gary in the background. He was literally gawking at how crazy it was, and which is great, so that might have been just jitters the first game, only having 6 points. But yeah, he's had 20, 12, and 18. Now it's not the craziest number, but he's points per game right now 12.7, not bad at all. That number is going to rise, and we expect him to have higher. We expect him to have at least 15 plus, at least at the minimum. If we're, he got the bag, right? So a little bit of bag, but now I think he's going to slowly get more consistent. But he's also known to be streaky, so we'll just have to watch that. But if he just gives us 12 plus points per game and contributes defensively amazingly like how he has so far, then I think he's he has to start for sure over Dragic. He's top 4 Raptor in our roster right now, taking out Siakam because he's injured right now. But if he contributes both ends, he's a top 4 guy. I mean, he could be top 3. Fred has been underperforming lately. He's been playing strange. That's the best way to describe how Fred has been playing. Strange. Just like today's game. 2 career highs. One very good, one terrible. And the last point was we're way too reliant on our starters. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, bulk of our points are from our starters, like 80%. The other guys, they really need to pick it up. I mean, Svi has been playing. Svi's playing like Yuta Watanabe before he got confidence. When we were telling him, oh, he needs to shoot, blah blah blah, he needs to drive and blah blah blah, get those points. He's playing like that. He's like he's Charmander, and Yuta is, well, he's not Charizard, but he'll get there. Well, he's still injured. That's what I'm also thinking about too. We really miss Yuta. Now, will he be back to how he was playing at the end of the season last year? Who knows? But I think he will be. That time in Japan really helped him build his confidence shooting wise and everything like that. So I think he'll be coming back 12 points plus per game, which is great. We need that off our bench. But Khem Birch, not doing it. Dragic, I don't know. I just don't depend on him. He gets quite a lot of minutes out of our bench. Like, he gets the most out of our bench, and he doesn't really do too much with it. And I don't know how else he can improve. I don't know. He can just start shooting threes more, or I don't know. But Banton has been showing glimpses of what he could do, but he's also not getting minutes. And we have a lot of other guys on the bench who just don't get minutes. Flynn, you already know about Flynn. I'm so big on Flynn, but he just never plays. Nick Nurse hates him. I swear. I'm gonna start a rumor. This is where the rumor started. Okay, when you hear it later on with your friends, this is where the rumor started. Nick Nurse hates Malachi Flynn. Now the three usuals. OG, best performance by far. He's back to shooting the lights out. He's shooting not to miss. He doesn't want to miss. Very efficient. Very efficient. I mean, Scotty was more efficient too, in terms of field goals, but Scotty has been just I don't know how I just keep talking about Scotty all the time in these rap caps. But anyway, OG, I'm happy now. Nobody his slump was 2 games, and then now he's just jetting back to the top. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores 25 next game. Pacers, it's possible. Now the worst performance, Goran Dragic. Okay, by now I think people know or think that I hate Goran Dragic, not because of what he said to us, before all that stuff before. No, I just don't like him. How he gels with the team. I like him as a guy, like a personal, his personality. He seems like a chill guy. Never met him, but he just does not gel with us. I don't like how he fits with our team. I don't think, the only person he really gels with, in my opinion, is Achiuwa, because they played together in the Heat and now here. And of course he does, assist and to other players, but I just don't see Dragic playing well with us for the rest of the season. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I just don't see anything positive from Dragic for his amount of money he's getting. So I really think he's gonna be offloaded this season. Well, not even by the end of the season, like mid-season. I'm pretty sure, in my opinion. I think 6-man performance. It wasn't even that great of a 6-man performance. I felt bad for not choosing last game, so I just chose someone. I had to choose someone, so it was Khem Birch. 11 points, I believe. In the limited minutes he did get, he was efficient. Like he didn't have too many shots, but the ones he did have, he made them. Now, did he have a great game? Nope. Remember, Khem Birch, mediocre. Not to hate on him, because I do like Khem Birch. I think he's like the nicest guy ever. Like, if I met him, I just like shake his hand. I'd be like, "You are a great man." Now I don't know. I have no idea how he is, but he just seems like a really nice guy. But yeah, Khem Birch. Hopefully he picks it up, because I guess he has to, because who else is gonna fill in that role, center role? Seems like Boucher is slowly going down. He seems like he's just jacking up shots all the time. Now I couldn't even choose him as worst performance because he had so little, he had 4 minutes, so can't even pick him. But I hope Boucher picks it up, because I like Boucher. I even have his jersey, but his IQ is he just likes to jack up shots right now. I don't know why. I think it's because Boucher knows that he's not going to be with Toronto for too many years. He's going to be traded away. I'm sure we're not going to pay him the bag, and he's trying to get his his stock up. And I can't blame him. He's in a position where he wants to get paid. He's quite old, so it's time for him to get paid, and so he wants to just raise his stocks. So, but still, hopefully he does well in practice, because Nick Nurse does not like Boucher. I think Boucher, he knows what Boucher's doing, and he's just been jacking up shots, like bad shots. Like, he shouldn't be shooting those, but he just shoots it just because he's taller than like most of them. Yeah. So, what to do? Anyway, that was a close game. I knew it wasn't gonna go in, to be honest. Like, it was too good to be true. But it was an entertaining game. Got to see DeRozan. If I'm gonna lose to a different team, I want to lose to a team like DeRozan. With a team that has DeRozan in that manner. Technically, Toronto kind of won, because Debo is always going to be with us in our heart. And I sign off with that.